Nate Andrews, the snake,
What's up?
in the room. I got one more share to do, and then we're all set. And then we're gonna start a little interview with Nate, who's just getting back from Triforce, right?
Yeah,
You were
yeah.
training with Triforce?
Yep.
So, all right, my man. Thanks for showing up, bro.
No problem, man.
Nate the Snake.
Yeah.
If anyone hasn't heard, which you should have, there are some new fans on here. Nate's fighting for the 155-pound World CES title. I want to talk about that word "world" too, because there's been, people ask, understand world, what's that mean? But we'll talk about that. But it's a vacant title.
Yep.
You're 12-1.
Yep.
And now's your time, man. How did this opportunity come about? Because how long has the title been vacant, first of all, and how did this come about?
I think it's been vacant for like a year now. That Lewis either retired or was injured, so he couldn't fight, or something like that. So they had stripped him of the title, and then it was just vacant. And then, they offered it to me, and I said yeah.
12-1. 12 of your fights have been for CES. I think you had one for reality, or one for reality.
Yeah.
How, you've been fighting since what? 2012.
2012. Yep.
12-1, man. You had a amateur career as well.
Yeah.
All in New England, beasts. Now you've been training with the best of the best.
Yeah.
You're number one in New England as lightweights.
Yeah.
Number 3, I think, in the whole Northeast.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're ranked in the country. I don't know how that works, but how's this opportunity? How you feeling? Finally, you're getting that shot. And Lewis, who vacated it or retired, is one of your training partners at New England Combat.
Yeah.
So, how'd we get here?
Just hard work, man. Hard work. Just been in the gym training, learning, getting better. Have good people around me, so that's about it.
Ready to go.
Work, yeah.
And you've always, you're not one of those guys that, flashes in the cage. You get your work done, you go in there, you're, methodical with your process in there. That's how you basically got the snake. You just do what you do, get in there, and...
Yeah, you know what? I say this all the time. You get paid the same amount if it goes 3 rounds or if it goes 2 minutes. So I'd rather get, as much money as I can per minute possible. So I try to get in there and try to get it done as fast as possible, you know what I mean?
So you're making more per minute than a lot of them guys out there. Or per second now, because you've had a lot of, quick finishes.
Yep.
Coming off, when was it? What would you have? Was it in January or when was your last CES?
November. November was my last one. Yeah.
Finishing that.
Yeah.
Well, 12 finishes. I mean, every fight's a finish. Now you're fighting this dude coming, Chris Padilla, the Taco.
Yeah.
Kid's 9-3, 22 years old.
Yeah.
Coming from California.
Yeah.
How'd this matchup come? Now he's the first time I would imagine he's fighting in the Northeast. He's coming in here on Access TV because you are the main event.
Yeah.
This kid's coming in guns a-blazing because he has 7 finishes out of his 9 fights, and they're all first-round finishes.
Yeah.
So is he either submission or TKO?
Yeah, he comes. He brings it. He's a young kid, very tough, talented kid. They offered the fight, and I went over with my coaches and my manager, and we said it's a good one. You know what I mean? He's tough. He has a good record. He's fought on Access before. I believe he's fought for RFA.
Yes, he has a few fights for them. Yeah.
So, we took it and we ran with it. So
and
the matchup.
There's a lot of veteran fighters in the New England area who were on the cusp of getting to the UFC and they're on the older in their 30s, and they talk about these younger kids getting all the limelight, coming in and trying to they're basically getting the glory, but. You guys that are in your 30 years old who've been doing it, you guys are putting a hurting on. You guys are putting a hurting on these kids and getting into the UFC. What, as far as a lot of our fighters are starting to get to the UFC, do you see that coming, sooner than later? Because now it's a reality. They're signing a lot of our guys. New England is on, the radar for the UFC now.
New England is definitely on the map right now, and. Yeah, I see that happening as long as everything goes as planned, and I go out there, execute the game plan, and win this fight, and hopefully get another finish. That's the plan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's almost at that point. Like now, I'm 13-1 with 13 finishes.
Yeah.
And now I have a title. What's next? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's like you gotta give me that opportunity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't deny it anymore.
Yeah. And you've talked in the past that you've thrown your hat, your name out there for short notice fights that, in that, that beefy 155 UFC division.
Yeah.
And, has there ever been chatter like back and forth, like maybe, because Tyson Chadi is your manager. He's, he's got a bunch of these guys under his belt.
He does a great job. Fights drop out. He hits me up and he's like, "Hey, what's your weight like? You in shape? You know what I mean?" And you know what I mean. If I'm way off in weight, then it's not a smart idea to put my name in there, because then if they say yes and then I can't make weight, it looks
good.
bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like fuck this guy now. You know what I mean? But the times that I have been in shape, I said yes. He put my name in. You know what I mean? And my name was one of the options of the 3 guys that they thrown in there, and I pretty much, it seems like if someone drops out, that the fighter gets the choice to say, all right, I got this guy, and this guy. Which one do I want to fight?
Yeah.
And they haven't chosen me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They've chosen guys that were like 9-4.
Yeah.
Oh, well, this guy's 11 at the point. At that time, I was like 10-1.
Yeah.
Or 11-1. They're like, oh, this guy's 11-1, 10-1 with 10 finishes, and I could fight this guy who's 9-4, who's lost a few times.
Exactly.
Been unanimous decisions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd rather go with this than take this guy that's been just finishing people.
Exactly. And that happens on all levels. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? We see it all the time, and but yeah, you're right. When you're at that level,
I don't blame him, because if I was at that level and they're throwing names at me, I'm gonna look and say, do I want to fight this guy who's 13-1, or do I want to fight this guy who's 8-4? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's what I mean.
Exactly.
Especially at last minute, you got to take the smarter fight.
And it's when you have that choice, you're there that the fans are coming to see you basically anyway. So when you're at that level, you do have the luxury of kind of, if you have a little lottery to pick. So but you are in that lottery, and you're in that group of names that they've been mentioning, and you've been on Access TV countless of times with your finishes. Finishes of the Access TV, they're always highlighting you. You're always being interviewed or highlighted in social media as far as the New England area, and MMA Junkie starting to, not that they're starting, but getting more consistent, adding our fighters and into their mix. And you got Nick Newell, who just put on a show
amazing
last week.
He looked so good.
Yeah.
I'm happy for him. I was when he decided to retire, I was like, oh man, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Certain stages that people are in their lives, they need to make certain decisions, and he made that decision, and dude, he came back so strong. He looked great. He looked awesome.
Easy,
I have my cable I have at home. I don't have access.
Yeah.
So, but my mom has Verizon, so she has
Yeah.
access. So Friday night I went to my mom's house. She's like, "Why are you here?" I'm like, "I'm watching TV. I want to watch Nick's fight."
Yeah. She's like in her night hours.
She's like, "It's Friday night. Why are you not out?" I'm like, I'm coming here to watch.
I'm in training camp. I'm studying film.
Yeah.
Be quiet. But yeah, that fight was. Even Nick Newell said he blew up Facebook because everybody was streaming that fight for him. I saw Matt Bissett online making posts. Hey, who's streaming that fight?
Yeah.
As far as me, everyone out there, I've streamed so much in the past. I wasn't allowed because I was booted off Facebook.
Yeah.
But I watched one of my media friends. He did it, and we watched. Headline the card, and Mike Drop from Phoenix there, and who's interviewed you plenty of times.
Yeah.
And it was just great for New England and him to come back after that.
He looked real good. Sharp. Sharp.
And now he's on the cusp of the UFC, and that will be.
He deserves it too. Man.
Exactly.
He deserves it.
Definitely.
He's one of those guys, like, he goes out there and gets the job done. Like, you know what I mean?
And coming back, after 2 years, and just making it look that easy,
years,
just like he never left. So, and today they just made a Justin Garth, the only guy that gave him his loss,
Yeah.
just put a post out there saying to the UFC, this kid deserves a shot in the
Yeah.
UFC. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So what's he? Is he 13-1? Two, I think, or
Yeah, I
12-1,
think 13-1, I think, yeah.
Amazing. So kudos to you out there, Nick Newell. He's got the hashtag now, Newell to the UFC.
Yeah.
So that's
Nice.
that's getting popular for him too. So we gotta get you got this big fight coming against this kid that's wants to take you head off or try to submit the snake who is the submitter.
Yeah.
What do you train with these young kids all the time at Triforce at New England Combat. You coach them, you spar and get them ready for fights. What can this kid bring that you haven't seen? Like, what do you? I mean, anyone has a shot in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But he's gonna be very tough. He's gonna be athletic. He's gonna be strong. I don't see him bringing anything to the table that I haven't seen. You know what I mean? I just gotta play my cards right, be smart. You know what I mean? Look, he has a lot of what his finishes are in the first round, so I gotta know he's gonna come out strong. So I gotta be sharp in the first round, and then from that point on, you know what I mean? It's just gonna be me picking him apart. You know what I mean? And finding my route that I'm gonna go on to get the finish. Whether it's if I feel super comfortable standing and feel like I'm gonna knock him out, or if I feel like taking it to the ground is the best option and the fastest way to get it done, and that's gonna be the way. But I'm gonna go the route that's gonna be the fastest way to get the job done.
Excellent. April 6th.
Yeah.
Big card. Like
there's a bunch of
Triforce
yeah.
is coming in. You got Marquise Brewster. You got John Duma, who's just announced.
Yeah.
Now, his matchup was announced. Everyone's matchups are being announced. You got Jorgen De Castro. Who else we got in there? Richie Santiago.
I was just with him. He was just at Triforce.
Oh yeah, training over there now.
Boleto, Gary.
Yeah. See, I didn't even expect him to fight. I'm like, he just had a baby, just had his first child. I'm like,
Dude, his son is jacked already.
Is he? He's got a full head of hair and everything. Is he?
Jacked. Showed me a picture the other day. I'm like, well, is he doing bench press?
Yeah. Well, he was probably doing him in the belly all the time. You know what I mean? Yeah. To have Boleto on that card, I thought he would have like a daddy belly at this point.
Yeah.
Hey, let me take a few months.
He's been training. He's been training hard. Yeah. Man. He's getting real good, real good.
He could, I don't know how the card. I mean, there's so many people on this card.
Yeah.
You got John Duma. The last time he was on the card, he was on the Access TV because a couple of fights might be fell off. There's going to be no room. I mean, there's going to be a huge preliminary card.
Yeah.
That's going to be just amazing, and then lead off into the main card that I don't even know who's on. You got Chris Curtis coming in defending his welterweight title. You got you going for the belt. You got who else? Gary Boleto's going to be on that card. You got Julio Lugo, that young kid coming in who trains with Richard Santiago from BST.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all these.
You got Sean Soriano.
Yeah, who was supposed to be
coming down.
Yeah.
Coming back up, coming home.
Yeah.
From Florida. Who else is on the card? You got Kayleen on it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Kayleen McGarrett's coming back.
You got it's a stacked card.
How do they make it? They got a lot of Access TV cards happening this year.
Yeah.
I mean, they got all this up and coming talent too because you guys are going to be gone. You're going to be in the UFC. You could be in the 2018. So they are bringing up. CES is the place to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's good. You're right in the middle. You're training half these kids too.
Yeah, well, not that I'm training them, but we're training together. But we're a lot of the time it's almost like we just help each other. I call it like a Q&A. Like we spar, we grapple, we wrestle, and if you're doing something better and I'm having a hard time at it, at the end of practice, it's like, all right, what were you doing? I was having a hard time with this.
Yeah.
Show me that. Or the same thing they asked me, you know what I mean? I had a hard time getting out of this. How did you set this up? What can I use? You know what I mean? And we're just helping each other get better. It's like the same thing even with like Saturdays. It's been tough for me to get up. I was going on Saturdays to Lozon's. It's been tough with work because I do this special needs program at my gym. But, even going up there and getting to work with the other guys that are signed under the same management as me, and then working with Joe and all his guys up there, just getting good work and getting that, seeing different looks. Because after a while, like training with your same training partners all the time, they know what you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like my moves that, are like my bread and butter, don't work on them as much because
Yeah.
they're like, that's what you do.
Yeah, they know.
Like,
They see it's coming.
They're waiting for it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So you didn't start doubting yourself a little bit, like, damn, am I even good at, like,
Yeah.
am I good at that anymore? Then you go and train with other guys, and
It's like, holy cow, this is
it works again. You're like, all right, good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, awesome.
So,
and at your level, you've been at it, and you're at that top level. You still have that doubt every so often. You know what I mean? And you're always trying to improve. It's always.
Definitely. Trying to find new techniques change. You know what I mean? And you gotta evolve with the game or get left behind.
Yeah, and you got these kids coming up that are learning stuff like, easier access than.
Well, they're coming in as MMA fighters.
Yeah.
And not as like I feel like I'm one of the first generations that came in as like MMA. Like I was doing like everything at once.
Yeah.
But like now guys that do MMA, they're doing MMA. They're not just coming in doing kickboxing and saying, "Hey, I want to take an MMA fight."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And knowing nothing on the ground.
Exactly. And most gyms have everything to make that fighter, like Triforce, New England Combat, and stuff like that. So it's great like that. Now, as far as who'd you start with? You started with all Louis Felix back in the day. Was it Burrell or
it was at Tim Burrell's.
Yeah.
Is where I started, and it was mostly jiu-jitsu. And then he had like MMA classes on, I forgot what day it was on, but he would have like MMA once a week. We would do like the MMA classes there, and that's when we started branching out. I started branching out to like Triforce and going there and started training with Pete and Keith over there, and then I started doing my own thing. I started with New England Combat, and it just kind of evolved from there. Like you know what I mean, kind of like a community kind of thing. Like I was going like my gym, Triforce, Tim's, you know what I mean? And slowly I started not going to Tim's as much and started really focusing more on like the MMA side of things, and then getting my boxing coach, Victor
Fagnan.
Yep, in the gym, and then him being there full time with me, it's like I really started focusing on my boxing a lot, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's all coming together. You
Yeah,
know? And it seems like everything happened at the right time, at the right moment.
Well, evolve, and like you said, like things just the progression of MMA is like leaps and bounds. It's just picking up and steamrolling like what you guys are doing, and and you got all these young kids coming up, so following in you guys, and I've talked to a lot of the veteran fighters around, and they true to these kids, not only, I say you coach, but it's mental too. You've been through the wars and the bad weight cuts and stuff like that you didn't have the knowledge that these kids are getting now from you, so you guys are,
true.
These kids are becoming like super
It's funny, there was a
athletes.
couple guys, I was just heating up my food right before I was leaving Triforce. And he's like, oh, I gotta lose weight. He's like, well, what are you eating? And I'm like breaking down like how I diet. Like, you know what I mean?
Science.
It's been I've been in camp. Like I started camp a little early. Not like I didn't have the opponent yet, but like I just started training and like started eating clean. But like I started my camp heavy. You know what I mean? I was like 192, 193, like around there. You know what I mean? And in 3.5 weeks, you know what I mean?
That's it. You know how
down,
to do it.
Like I'm down. I'm 165 right now, and just.
Do you do all that meal prep yourself? Do you have somebody that?
I've had in the past. I've had like meal companies do it for me, but there's nothing like having it done yourself because you know what I mean. I know how much sodium's in it. I know how much like.
Is it fun for you to do that, or is it like at this point it's just like day to day? It's part of the.
Honestly, I'm finally good at it. Like I'm good at it.
Yeah.
Like,
efficient.
I don't make as much as a crazy mess as I used to be. Like it used to be like pans and pots everywhere, and I'd be like, "Fuck this! I'm not cleaning this. I'll clean this tomorrow."
Throwing the Tupperware away.
Exactly. So now I'm like good at like better at it, and I'm better at like seasoning it and using like natural like using like onions and peppers and mushrooms.
And you're watching like you see this shit. You're learning this stuff as you go too.
I'm able to make it taste good now, and before it used to be like. Just cook it plain and just eat it plain and just suck it up.
Piece of chicken, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to taste good as long as it's giving me what I need.
Yeah, but now I finally kind of got it together. Yeah, it's funny because I've been doing it for so long. Like I post it on like my story and stuff.
There you go.
And I got people are like, you didn't cook that, you didn't
it's
make
funny,
that.
yeah.
Marquis talking junk.
Oh, is he?
He definitely didn't make that.
Yeah.
I'm like, guy, I'm at home like videoing, like, look,
Yeah.
this is all me, just me. Like,
Meanwhile, Marcus is getting his delivered like for like
Yeah.
5 meals a week
Yeah.
right now. I think he's got some company helping
Yeah.
him out. So that's another beast right there. Marquis,
Yeah.
what's he 4-0?
yeah, he's fighting on the card too. Yeah, he's doing.
I mean, you
he's doing
guys
good.
got multiple trainer partners in each division. We got, Cody Nordby. He was gonna. He's overseas. He was
Yep.
gonna call in, but it's 3:30 in the morning where
Oh,
he
is it?
is.
Oh, okay.
He said, "Oh, I'll call in," but he right now he's snoozing with a
Yeah.
whatever
Machine
in his
or
hand.
whatever
Yeah,
they
he's
have
got like
there.
a weapon. He's on guard somewhere. But I think Antonio Rivera, all your buddies are joining. There's Jorgen De Castro right there. Jared Callie from Fightbook. You got all these people on.
Nice.
I've been missing a while. Like if people don't know out there, I got banned from Facebook. Like I was sick with the flu for 2 weeks. I got banned.
What kind of flu?
The man flu.
The cum flu.
Hey, one thing about Dave is he tells these jokes. You don't think he has it in him, but then he throws his shit at you. He's like making my head spin at New England Combat. You're telling me all these jokes. They were like twisting like brain things.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not smart enough to do
Yeah.
this, and they were like these corniest jokes that I was dying
Yeah, they're
at.
funny
Like,
though.
He's,
I love 'em.
he's the guy. But who's I talking about? Being banned from Facebook.
Yeah.
So I was sick, and you've been training me a little bit at New England Combat. So I was missing for a week or two. I kept in bed, and I got banned from Facebook in the middle of that. Something about copyright infringements. Watch out out there. So I had to make a whole new page. So all you people are kind of new right now. So I'm back podcasting, and I'm with Tom Evans now. At Regional Fight Sports and doing stuff with him now. I joined his page. We're going to be doing big things now. For New England fighters, I made a group page called Team New England MMA because Travis Lazat from Western Mass and Full Contact Writer, him and I always tag Team New England MMA because, we're about, not that we don't cover like UFC and fighters or like that, but this is our bread and butter, you guys, you know what I mean? So we cover you guys, and so I made a group page just specifically for news about you guys. People want to post about needing to fight, like Justin Sumter, who's supposed to be calling in. I think I'm supposed to call in Nate and his jokes, and Tony Rivera talking about Mike Cicerone. I think I said his name wrong, right? He tweeted me. He works with CES.
Yep.
He's going to be coming down here because he wants to kind of make this podcast focus on a lot of the CS fighters and other regional promotions because they fight. They end up at CES is that platform that's going to send you off to, these bigger UFC, the ultimate goal. You guys want to, most everyone wants to fight for the UFC.
Yeah.
And that's what brings me to that question, world title. Like I've heard people say, like CES says world title. What is that? Like, is it a world title? Or is it? I don't know. I think it sounds good.
Honestly, it sounds good, right?
Yeah.
I guess.
I don't mind saying.
I guess they're considering it a world title because they're worldwide, televised, like nationally televised. That it's it's a world title. At the end of the day, like, you know what I mean. The world title is the UFC.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean. Like that's the cream of the crop.
Yeah.
But
CES is a major.
Yeah,
they are a major.
They are considered a major organization, which is cool because at one point I went on like Tapology to like see like rankings and stuff, and I clicked on me and I'm like, I'm not ranked, and then it was like he fights for
it says it can't be ranked because he fights for a
major organization. I was like, oh, all right.
But when I looked today on Tapology, they re-put it. You gotta have. They gotta give you it in your region. You know what I mean? At least. So you're number one in New England, and number 3 in the Northeast. Who's number 1 and 2? Nick. Is Nick Newell on that list? Would he be ranked?
Yeah,
I don't know if he would be ranked in that.
He should be.
Yeah,
he should be.
I would imagine he should be right there.
Man,
yeah.
Listen, me and Nick have been friends for a while now. You know what I mean? We trained a few times.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I wanted to see nothing but him make it to the next level.
He should. I do believe he is. New England's behind him. Just like when the chatter about like after this fight, when you make it in, when you hit Access TV when they give you that mic,
Yeah.
you're going to be doing the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You got
listen,
some, you know what I
It's
mean?
a real recognized real. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, you know what I mean? So it is.
You got, Pat Miletich, UFC Hall of Fame, UFC Ransom, like,
Yeah.
if they're not listening to him, man, Dana's. I just made a post the other day. It had, I kind of stole it, but I made it better with my flavor. I do that. But it had Dana White, like, putting his hand to Nick Newell.
Yeah.
But then it had him, like, giving his thumbs up to CM Punk.
Yeah.
Like, this is
Yeah.
the mentality of some of the matchmaking or some of the, I know it's money, but at the end of the day, like, the fans, like, that built this, they want to see the real stuff. I mean, throw one of those shit shows in there, but let these, Nick Newell, you guys get, and they're starting to do it.
Yeah.
But they have so many shows. They have so many shows that they're putting.
Listen, I just look at it like time will tell. Like, you know what I mean? In time, it's gonna come to the point where they're just gonna have, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Keep winning fight. Keep doing what we're doing. Keep winning fights. Keep finishing fights. You know what I mean? Keep at the end of the fight, calling it out there, letting it be known, and you know what I mean. Time will come.
As far as other, who do you see like as like you got these young kids coming up and you're training with them, you're cross training, like going to Lausanne and stuff. You got a bunch of these kids coming up. Who do you see really making, out of these young? You got John Duma, 21 years old.
Yeah.
Like, you train with these kids. Who do you see that's gonna like be one of these kids that the UFC goes, one of these young guys that they're gonna grab? You think down the line quicker than later? You know what I mean? Fighting for CES or one of these bigger things.
Yeah, like I see that, like Duma, one of the guys. He's very, he's young, he's strong, he's tough. You know what I mean? He's actually, this fight's at 135, so it's like he's getting down to the weight that he, you know what I mean, really should be fighting at. So
is he going to bantamweight? He's fighting bantamweight.
Yeah, it's at bantamweight.
No shit.
Gary Boletto, he's by far. We were talking about this tonight. He's probably one of the strongest guys that I roll with. Like, who's like close to my size, but like he's a little bigger than me, like weight wise, but close to my size. But I'm just like, this guy's just so freaking strong, and he's evolving and understanding the game and putting everything together now. So in time, I see him. He got a big following already.
Yeah.
I see him making noise, keep winning fights, making noise.
And he's a good kid. Like when he talks, you're like you lit. Like he's just, you can't believe like this intelligence coming out of this kid.
Yeah.
Like it's like this kid is so soft spoken. Like really has feel, and he gets that from his his dad too. You know what I mean? Being in the game.
Some of the younger guys that are around, but then there's guys that, Reckitt's, because they took losses before they, were, not to say serious about the game, but they were just going on the wrong, they weren't managed right, or, but now is on a killing, like, Dennis Paiva, man, okay, he was there tonight, we were training, he, the way he's put everything together now, he's just out there just picking guys apart, and he looks so comfortable doing it,
he's having fun.
Exactly. Yeah. And the hardest thing is people say that, just go out there and have fun. It's like, yeah, fucking right. You know what I mean?
Have fun. Punch in the face.
It's like when you get to that point where you finally feel comfortable and it's fun.
Yeah.
You look amazing.
And his confidence. It's all runs in together.
He looked amazing. So I feel like someone like him, he keeps staying on a run, made a couple more fights. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like, you know what I mean. He's killing it right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's and then you got these are our guys. I mean, Dennis. Hasn't he? Every fight has been for CES. I think his whole career. I think
maybe.
I think he's got the most fights in CS and most everything there. Yeah. He is, and he's a good guy too. I mean, Access TV did the big special on his dad's restaurant in East Providence. So he's got he's got that game Gary, and he's just got that following behind him. He's a great guy, and people enjoy seeing him. You know what I mean? And he's fun on camera too.
Yeah.
So it's complete package, and Sweetbread. What's he? 130? Is he a bantamweight too? Or
I think his last fight was at 145 or 140, but he can make one.
Yeah,
he makes 135.
Everywhere.
He's tough. He's tough to respond tonight. He's so tricky, and,
Yeah.
and he's but his size he's long too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
his weight
yeah.
class, so he gives guys that that problem, and now he's like putting it all like finally like I feel like he's finally like got it all together. Like and he looks good, real good.
Awesome. There's a lot of people joining. John Woolley, one of your, is that how you say
What
it?
up?
Woolley?
Yeah.
He's over there. Like these are old, like old posts. All right, I'm gonna have you on for like a few more minutes.
Yeah.
I got Justin Sumter, who trains with Nick Newell,
Yeah.
FAA.
Yeah.
He wants to call in.
Beast.
I don't
He's a
know.
beast.
Let me see. Hey, I got another show at 10. So, he's not. I can't. He's not gonna be. He's got another. He's going on another podcast.
Oh, is he? Okay.
So I'm gonna book him for another night and talk to him because he's looking for a. He's looking for a fight. Everyone's looking for a fight,
Yeah.
and I'm that guy.
Yeah.
Not that they listen to me, but I do have connect. I got Mike. I got Michael Cicerone on here, Jimmy Birchfield.
Yeah.
I talk to him every so often. I still I find their posts before people see him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like the Ariel Helwani of New England. I want
Nice.
to become. You know what I mean?
Nice.
I don't mind.
That's
I
exciting.
love it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I get to kind of train with you guys and get in the see how you guys tick
Yeah.
and get the news, and I want to be that guy. You know what I mean?
Nice.
I gotta just calm down a
Yeah,
little bit
really.
and not get kicked off Facebook
Yeah.
anymore. Mike and I talked about that, and talking about Mike Cicerone, he's gonna come on. We're gonna kind of fine tune the show because, like I said, we want to kind of. This is a good thing having you
Yeah.
guys come in. Once it gets fine tuned, you get a monitor up here. I can
Yeah.
have people calling in. You get to watch
Nice, that'd
fights
be
while
fun.
it's happening.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah, the sky's the limit, man.
Yeah.
Ideas flow. I got Thomas Evans that I teamed up with.
Yeah.
He's doing big things with Team United and the
Yeah.
Muay Thai. He's doing so many things with
Yeah.
kids, and he's a non-profit organization doing so many things. And
Nice.
you guys do amazing things with kids too
Yeah.
at New England Combat.
Yeah.
Before I let you go because I know you came from training and you got to get shit going. And I got to train with you tomorrow at some time.
Yeah.
And you're in your training camp.
Yeah.
Talk, lastly about New England Combat and what's going on there because, like you said, you do things with kids. You have Giovanni. You got boxes in there that you're basically training like Wooly right there that I've seen in smoker shows.
Yeah.
You got a lot of talent in there.
Yeah. So we have a lot of boxers in the gym. It's mostly right now. It's mostly like a boxing gym.
Yeah. Victor Fag.
Yeah, boxing and fitness. And then we I do my MMA thing like on the side. Like I have my mats there and stuff. So I invite guys down. We do MMA practices there, but it's mostly boxing. I do adult boxing, kids boxing, and then I have I run a program with Social Sparks called we're doing a thing called Recess that we do, which is working with kids with autism, helping them get adjusted for recess because they get in trouble in school in recess because they can't handle the losing and and they end up getting in trouble and then they can't participate in it. So we clear out the gym and we set up games and let the kids play games and have them work on winning, losing, that it's about having fun and not about winning and losing. So we we do that, and then I just started I have, like I said, the kids boxing program, and then I've been training this kid since he's 4 years old, Giovanni, and we're actually leaving Friday to DC. He's he has a boxing match out there in DC.
And what's that? What's it called? The silver gloves or stuff?
No,
Or
that's
what
what
is that?
he did. He did that.
Yeah.
We did the silver gloves.
You went away for that?
Yeah, we
too?
went away to that to Kansas City. That was about a month ago.
Yeah.
He got second in the nation in his weight class and his age. So
I
now-
trained with him and he smoked me and not fighting, just trying to run with him.
Oh, yeah.
I was dying.
Yeah.
So so you're going away Friday.
Yeah, we're going to DC for the weekend. He has a match out there, and then that's about it.
And then you're doing, you got a lot of things going on. You're 24/7 over there.
Yeah.
Like as far as you got I see fitness things going on there all the time.
I'm training people all day long.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I get there in the morning. I train people, then I train people.
And there's
then I
like groups
train.
of things going on
I
too.
do group classes. I do personal lessons, and then I have there's another gym connected that's in the same building as me, which is a strength conditioning gym, American Muscle Corp, and I work out of there. So
I had no idea that was in there.
I do the strength condition, most of the strength conditioning over there, and then I do all the like martial arts and like kind of just conditioning over at New England Combat.
On the side, it's all in the same building.
Yeah,
I didn't even know
right
you
down
had
the hall.
that strength and you brought me in there. I was like,
Yeah.
this is beautiful. I was like,
Yeah.
this is nice. I had no idea, but yeah, you got it all working over there. You
Yeah.
got Victor Fagnet, you got a bunch of killers in there. Nick DeLumber in
Nick
there,
DeLumber,
training in
yeah.
there. JP.
JP.
Where's he going to Europe next to beat people up? That's you got craziness in
He
there.
actually he was supposed to fight in the middle of April, but you know, he was in the movie Bleed for this,
Yeah.
and he actually has a new role in another movie that's being filmed here. So he put the fight off because he I guess he was telling me that he's going to be on set like 16 hours a day. So
Good looking guy too
Yeah,
for
so-
a big
yeah.
dude. He looks he'll look good in
so he
it.
has another movie coming up, so
Good for
that's
him.
good for him. And then after that, he'll get right back into training
Awesome.
and defend those titles that he has. So,
And you know, it's just making the gym
yeah.
that name go even farther and farther. How does that going away Friday? How does that you'll be training with him? How did you get workouts in and wasn't it when you go with him?
Yeah, so I'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Well, I haven't like really looked into it that much, but I have a friend that lives in DC, and he was
Oh,
like,
nice.
"Oh, there's an MMA gym down the street," and he actually sent me the link to the website. So I'm probably just gonna go on that website and write an email, write a message,
Yeah.
let him know I'm coming in town. Maybe I get a.
You never know
Get
who
a
you're
training-
seeing there.
get a
You
training
run
session.
into you might run into like
But if worst case scenario, the guy that's running the show in DC, he has a gym, so he said, when we get there, I can go in the gym, I can hit the
Excellent.
bags, do bag work,
excellent.
and
You ain't the
get
snake. You're gonna be
training.
on Access TV.
Yeah, I'll be able to get training. I'll be able to get training. And the hotel has
Yeah, they got all that
has,
stuff going on.
a treadmill and stuff like that, and a pool. So I'll probably get some swimming in.
Forget I asked.
Yeah.
You're all set.
Yeah, I'll
Never
train.
mind the training.
Yeah.
So awesome, my man. Last thing. Shout out sponsor. Like you got a
Yeah,
million
shout out.
sponsors, but just anything you want to say to anyone.
Yeah, shout out to my sponsors, D&H Collision, in Cranston. Always has my back. Extreme Fitness in North Providence on Middle Spring. Also, I got Northeast Security Solutions, Providence. They do all the security like the malls, the clubs, the bars, all that, and New England Athletic Apparel. It's my cousin Isaiah. He has started his company. He does all the apparel for like Cranston, like youth basketball, football, and stuff like that. So he's actually one that just is doing my shirts and
Nice.
stuff like that.
When are they coming out? When do
I
we
should have
expect
them. I should
them?
have them like this week.
All right,
probably,
I'll
or
grab
next
one
week.
off you when you get back.
Shout out to my friend Sarah Johnson, who just did my logo, who did my the new snake logo.
Oh, nice.
that,
We haven't
I
seen
love.
that yet. Is
Yeah,
it,
no, I posted it.
Oh,
I
did you?
posted it,
Okay.
yeah. That's what's gonna be on the
Well,
shirts.
yeah.
and
When
stuff.
I edit this video and stuff, I'm gonna add all that
Cool.
stuff to it. So
Yeah, and that's a shout out to all my training partners and coaches. You know what I mean?
they're gonna be
Without-
on.
Yeah, without you guys,
You'll be watching them. I'll have
Yeah.
John Doomer in again.
Yeah.
I'll have.
He actually was gonna come with me tonight.
Was he?
We were leaving the gym. He
It was
said, "Where you
getting late,
going?"
though.
No.
Yeah.
He was like, "Where you going?" I was like, "I was coming here," and he's like, "Oh," he asked me to come. He's like, "Maybe I'll go with you." I'm like, "Yeah, come." And we're walking to the car. We're talking about meal prepping and stuff. He's like, "I gotta cook my
Stop.
food, man."
Yeah, he said it was
He's like, "I'm gonna be up all night long."
Yeah, he would. That's all.
He's
But
like,
it's cool that
"You
he
did
was-
yours already?" I said, "Yeah, mine's done." He's
Oh,
like,
that's,
"Ah."
that's cool. He was gonna come over,
Yeah.
but I had him, Dan Cormier, and Dion, and Rivera, Antonio in here, and they were like, it was a good time. So
Yeah.
I want to get that, down
Nice.
the line, get more people in here. Once I get it worked out,
Nice.
I get Tom down here, work out some tech shit, get Mike down here, and make it look professional, like
Nice.
kind of Joe Rogan style,
Cool,
with the
cool.
New England style to it.
All right.
All right. With that said, I'm with Tom Evans now on Regional Fight Sports. You can find that online. You can find it on Facebook. I'm writing a lot of shit for them. I am their senior media guy now. So I'm calling the shots for them as far as that.
Senior citizen.
Yeah, that too. That too. He said a joke about that too to me. So yeah, I'm doing all that stuff. Join the Team New England group page on Facebook. It's an open page. There's no restriction on it. Anyone that's a member can post anything. Post your kids' accomplishments as long as it's something like something pretty cool. And I'm not watching. It's gonna be PG-13. You put anything out there bad, I'll meme your face and I'll send it out. So with that said, Nate the Snake Andrews fighting April 6th for the vacant 155-pound world CES title. And he's taking on this kid, the Chris Padilla Taco.
Yeah.
So you're gonna make him a soft taco, send him back to California, and then head to the UFC in 2018.
That's the plan, man.
So with that said, thank you, my friend. I'll
No
see you
problem.
tomorrow.
All right,
so
man,
you
I'll
can
see you
kill me.
tomorrow.
Thanks for
All
coming
right,
on.
brother. No
All right, we out.